How you all doing today? This is Dale from Indie Reviews, and today we're going to be reviewing the OBSbot Tiny 4K. Let's get to it. Before we begin, please just like and subscribe to my channel. It helps my channel out a lot. I take my time in making these product reviews for you all and getting them to you. So please just help me and my channel out by liking and subscribing to my channel. How you all doing? Today's Dale from Indie Reviews. It's been a while since I put out a video. Today I wanted to talk about a product that I've been using for a while. Before I review products, I like to actually about it. And today I'm going to be reviewing. It's been out for about 2-3 years now. I actually got it. You guys that follow my videos, I got it at a good price on eBay. I actually got the OBSbot Tail Air as well, which is the same exact camera. It's just bigger, and it's also wireless. I'm going to be doing a review about that shortly, but for now I wanted to talk about the OBSbot Tiny 4K. Again, they do have newer webcams that have come out since then. They have quite a few in their lineup, which is pretty impressive. They have the Tiny 2 4K, and they have the Tiny Light 4K. And they have the Air 1 and the Air 2, and their Air products, for those who, just because I showed you, their Air cameras can actually, like I said before, can be used wirelessly. They can kind of like a DSLR in the sense that, in fact, that's actually what I believe that's what they actually intended them to kind of replace, or to kind of be and kind of get their run for their money is DSLRs. The reason why I got 2 webcams is not to do review, but me and my wife, we have a podcast, and we want to do B-roll footage. And so with this one, we can have it hooked up to our computer tower, and with the OBSbot Tail Air, we can just have it maybe beside us or over there somewhere, and it could be getting B-roll footage. So that when you put it in our software to edit it, you just kind of line it up, do whatever. But one of the things that I did want to say, for many of you who watch my videos and who watch my reviews and are familiar with my channel, that I come from using the Elgato face cam, the first one that came out about, I believe, 3-4 years ago. On the Elgato, it was 1080p. And one of the reasons why I got the Elgato, and I will say, up until the time I sold it, I just sold it yesterday. I actually was gonna show you guys on camera the comparison of why I like the OBSbot. But long story short, since I've been doing YouTube reviews, and since me and my wife have been doing podcast videos, I've always used the Elgato face cam, their first gen. I think now they're on their 3rd gen, because they remade the Elgato face cam a little bit better, and then they came out with the Elgato I believe Pro, which is like 4K. So this is, then they have the Elgato is it Neo, which is like their cheap webcam. So I was on the first one. I saw all that to say that I was still on the first one, and I wouldn't have gotten rid of it. I was at a buddy's house, and he was showing me and my wife, he was asking me and my wife for pointers with his podcast live setup. He wanted us to help him with his podcast video setup, and we just kind of helping him. And when I saw the OBSbot, I'm like, yo, what is that? He was like, oh, this is the OBSbot 4K, and it was just amazing. It follows him everywhere he went, and I was like, oh my god, I have to have that. And one of the reasons why I got it, again, for me and my wife podcast, when we do our podcast videos, is that with the Elgato, webcam, and I'm sorry, I also use the Logitech Stream Cam as well whenever I recorded review videos on my Chromebook. Me and you guys, again, before, I record on my desktop and also record using my Chromebook sometimes as well. Right now, I'm on my desktop, I'm not on my Chromebook. So I had the Logitech face cam. The Logitech Stream Cam for my Chromebook, and I had the Elgato face cam for my PC whenever I recorded. But one of the things that I like about the OBSbot Tiny 4K is that when me and my wife are doing like our podcast video setup, the last time we filmed a podcast video for our podcast using the Elgato face cam, it took my wife like about 10 minutes to set up the camera and with the different camera angles and stuff like that. And I was like, yo. And so that's one of the reasons why I actually, chose to get the OBSbot, because I'll show you real quick in software right here. You see that? Like, and even with the even with just that functionality alone makes it worth it. If it had the same settings and the same quality as the Elgato face cam, I still would have gotten it, because that right there is like, it's a mind blower. And I said I'm going to show you the Air, because they look the same, minus the red ring around the lens on the Tiny 4K, but they're actually built the same way. And it swivels around right here. It just turns. It turns. It just turns. It turns. It turns. It turns. It turns. It can do this, do that. It's like you can control it from the software or from your phone. They have a app you can use to record. You can use to record and control it from your phone. And they also have a remote if you want to buy the remote. But who's buying the remote when you can just control it from your phone for free? But so that's why I chose the OBSbot Tiny 4K. It's just that the way it swivels. It also has tracking, AI tracking, which is why these webcams originally became popular on the market, is because they can track you. If you move, they'll move with you. I've turned it off because I don't have a dedicated recording room. I'm actually in my studio / lounge. Behind me is a sectional couch. Over there is my 65-inch TV. Over here is my is my lazy boy. I don't have a dedicated recording room. So whenever we record our podcast or I record YouTube reviews, I have to put this partition up behind me. You see behind me, and kind of create that recording friendly environment so I can do these videos. So I don't have a dedicated recording room, so I don't want to have it track me. And then I'll show you real quick. Whatever. No judgment, right? So again, this is my couch right here. My TV. Yeah, it's a bit junky here. I'm not gonna. So that's why this webcam is phenomenal. It's that alone again makes it worth it. As a software, the software also, one of the things that I'm realizing is that one of the things that I'm realizing is that I actually like software. I like webcams that come with their own dedicated software that can help you kind of improve the image quality of the webcam. That's one of the reasons why I fell in love with Elgato and the Logitech Stream Cam, is that they had, or Logitech had it at launch. As it, years kind of rolled out, Logitech really stopped supporting that camera software. Elgato did not. Which is why I kept using the Elgato for as long as I did, was because they kept the software, updating the software and making it better and better. The OBSbot has its own software. It's called OBSbot Center. Once you get the webcam in the mail, if you either you get it brand new or off eBay, I would argue with you to get it off eBay, because you'll get it for a fraction of the price than you would if you got it brand new. You go on their website, OBSbot, and you download, go to products and download OBSbot Center, and it's a phenomenal software. It lets you do 480, 1080, 4K. If you choose to, and it actually has on the side right here, maybe I can show you earlier on screen, but it has right here on the side where on the actual software, where it actually shows you the different, how many cameras that you have hooked up. I'm seeing 4 up there, so I'm guessing you can have up to 4 cameras hooked up at one time. But again, this software, it has a section where it improves your face, or your background or your lighting. It's really that in itself again makes it worth it. Makes it worth it to buy. Now, the reason why I'm not really gonna kind of go on screen and show you the software, because there's tons of videos online that does that. There's tons of videos online that kind of, you know, showing that. So I don't want to kind of be, I don't want to be repetitive and do what everybody else is doing. But I just wanted to say that one of the reasons why, you know, I love this webcam is if you're someone and you're in a space like myself where you don't have a dedicated recording room, and you know how it is. Sometimes you have to set your camera up, and you know, me and my wife, whenever we record our podcast, we're further back. Then you got to kind of get up and go to the webcam and fix it and turn it this way or turn it that way, and you got to go sit back down. See, that works. It's like with this, you can literally just sit back, use your phone or mouse. Sometimes when me and my wife do our podcast, I'll this is a wireless mouse, so I'll put it on my thigh and I'll move it around like that on my thigh, so that I'm sitting back and I'm able to click on whatever I need to click on. Or I also have a Bluetooth keyboard that has a mouse attached to it, so that helps as well. So I say all that to say that you can sit back wherever you're at, wherever you're recording. If you're doing podcasts, if you're doing a product review, you can sit back. If you're cooking food, you can get your laptop, set your camera up, set up the OBSbot on a tripod, and set it up right by your stove, and you're able to look back, you know, or look at the camera while you do it, and move your mouse and turn it this way or turn it that way. And it's like that is amazing to be able to do that. It create, because what it does is it creates an setup environment for you where you don't physically have to get up and turn the camera, do this, do that. And I'm sure there are other webcams that have that offer that before, but OBSbot is the first one that I've seen. Again, the reason why I bought it at a buddy's house, he was using it. I was like, wow, that is incredible. So that's one of the reasons why I got it. Me and my wife, we actually haven't used it yet for our podcast. We usually record our podcast ahead of time, which is why I really haven't been putting out a lot of product reviews. We kind of been focusing on our podcast on YouTube page. I'll link that in the description below if you want to check us out. Please check us out. We would love your support. But I just wanted to briefly talk about this OBSbot camera 4K. Again, it's not their newest camera. If you get one of their newest cameras, you're gonna be paying some of that newer price. I didn't really care. I don't really care for the newest cameras or the newest phones. It's like, it's a 4K camera. It does what I needed to do. It has the software. It tilts left and right, up and down. I don't care about getting their newer OBSbot Tiny 2 4K. I'm not paying that kind of money. You know, I was even looking at their again the OBSbot Tail Air. You can get it on eBay for about, I got it for like $370, but they're usually going for like $400 to $500. But they have a newer one, the OBSbot Air 2. It's going for like $1,000. You know, but again, I'm cool. I'm cool with the older ones. You know, I've used the Elgato and Logitech a stream cam for a while. I got my money's worth out of them. I gave the stream cam to a friend, and I sold the Elgato yesterday. So you know, definitely in the reviews. The whole time I've been talking this video, I have been using the OBSbot Tiny 4K. That's what I've been using. The whole time I've been doing this video, I haven't been using anything else. I pulled up the Air again. I pulled up the OBSbot Tail Air, because I just wanted to show you they both look the same. The OBSbot Tail Air is just much bigger, but they look the same. They're shaped the same. They move the same. They use the same software. Your phone, same. Just the Tail Air costs more because it's wireless, or you can hook it up to your PC. But the Tail Air functions like a DSLR. You can buy a lavalier mic for it off Amazon or eBay if you choose to with the Tail Air. You know, if you decide that you want to go that route. Again, I just got it for B-roll. I get my wife. We got a podcast. We just got it for B-roll, and you can put a micro SD card in the Tail Air as well, which is why I got it as well. Got a SD card in there, right there, SD card. And yeah, you know, it's just, I think nowadays whenever we buy products, we want our products to be able to make our life easier, or make whatever we're doing easier. Whatever it is you're doing, if you're recording, if you're doing video, you want the product that you purchase to be able to make that jump or make that task easier for you to be able to accomplish, which is why we always looking for better and newer things at a decent price. The OBSbot, if you get it, the OBSbot Tiny 4K online, eBay used, you'll get it for a good price. It's a good product. You see for yourself. This is the image quality. I will say that I do have two lights right here, light kits right here, but before me, ahead of me. So if I was in the dark, it might affect the image quality. Affect. Let's see real quick. I'm gonna cut the lights off and see how the image quality looks in the dark. So right here, this is me using the OBSbot with no lights on. I don't know. I mean, if you're somebody that's kind of creepy, if you wanna record in the dark, then you can. I know usually what people do is people will kind of create an environment where it's like the ring light you see behind me is a ring light. It's just low, so you can't really see it. Or can you see it? You can't see it, but it's a ring light behind me. I know what a lot of people do is they'll actually create an environment where there's lights, ring lights, not ring lights or neon lights or ring lights around them, so that when they do record, it kind of illuminates their face a lot more, so they don't actually have to use camera lights or whatever. So that's just my intake on it. Again, it's a wonderful webcam. I think it's actually more than a webcam, in my opinion. It's wonderful. Again, down from any reviews. This is my review of the OBSbot Tiny 4K. I definitely think it's a purchase you won't regret. You know what I used to always say in my earlier product reviews was, can I justify the purchase? And with this one, I can definitely justify the purchase. It's an excellent webcam, wonderful. It's wonderful. I can't. There's not enough I can say about it. I actually wish I had known about this a lot sooner. And again, for me personally, and me and my wife as well, whenever we're doing our podcast, recording for our podcast, this is going to make a world of difference as it relates to us not having to keep getting up every other second and turning the camera this way or turn it this way a little bit. That alone is gonna make it worth every dollar that I paid for it, on eBay. So again, definitely need reviews. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe to my video. Again, I'm gonna leave a link in the description to me and my wife podcast if you guys want to check it out. Please do so. Until next time, peace.